Hello again, word lovers, and this installment is a very brief aside about hybrid words, sometimes known as mongrels, words which are composed of elements from two different roots. The words hybrid and mongrel themselves have connotations. Hybrid is a positive word and mongrel a negative word. However, hybrid is connected to hubris, which we now know as a kind of presumption towards the gods, a kind of challenging of fate. That went into Greek via older languages. Our pi root here is ud for up and out, giving us the hub part, but the rest is lost in the mists of time. Now, a mongrel is normally used to refer to a mixed race dog, whereas hybrid is often used to talk about plants, the union of technologies. Mongrel is more likely to describe a street dog. The Old English word was a gemong. Ongemang meant in the crowd, or even in the company of. Gemangen being from a Proto-Germanic root, meaning to mingle, to knead together, possibly going back to the pi root for kneading and fitting, which is mag. This word also gives us the modern English words among and mingle. Now, what's the problem here? Well, there isn't one really, because there isn't a rule that says that all parts of the word must come from the same source. However, some classically trained scholars of the early 20th century did object to certain words. For example, television, an instrument which enables us to see things far away. Well, we could use a nice Latin or Greek term. Unfortunately, we can't, because telescope, it was already taken. And if we're using vision, I'm not quite sure what the prefix would be. Could they have been called ultravisions? Well, the fact is, a Greek prefix was mixed with a Latin suffix and gave us the word television, which is now in use in almost every language in the world, as is the way with modern inventions, such as internet. So Russian is televisor, Spanish televisión. Only the Germans in Europe beg to differ, where they make a calque and call it a Fernsehen. The Fowler brothers, authors of King's English, object to certain words on the grounds that they are hybrids. Amoral, for example, uses a Greek prefix and a Latin suffix, and they suggest that we shouldn't mix languages. But how correct is this view, or how useful? Some people object to polyamory and homosexuality, not on the grounds of loving many people or loving the same sex, but simply polyamory should be multiamory or polyphilia. Tom Stoppard makes the joke about homosexuality in his play The Invention of Love, where one of the characters says, "Homosexuality? What a barbarity! It's half Greek, half Latin." My position on this would be against that of the Fowlers, and say, no, come on, we can mix what we want with what we want. And if television or amoral are seen as problematic, why not the following words, which are all hybrids? Neuroscience, automobile, hypercorrection, lovable, merriment, monolingual, sociology, and even talkative.